mean, you even got some bitch ass dudes out here repeating that shit. Oh yeah, you should have multiple guys. Yeah, absolutely. Huh. Do it if you want to. Do it at your own peril.
I know where you're from. I was there. I ain't the rest of them.
Outside.
See, nobody else could do that. Exactly. Cam couldn't do that. Nobody else was going to do that.
Right.
He has great qualities.
I'm done with it. I want to get to the end now. I'm done with it.
No. He just emotionally is. He does well.
Look, yeah. Word vomit. Word salad. Too many words.
Oh, girl, trying to
Shut up.
Paul kept his foot on their neck, and he kept correcting her. He kept pulling her back from saying what she was going to say. The track that she's used to going on when these certain topics come up. And that is what made this situation what it is that fact that he kept redirecting it. He kept readjusting it. He kept coming back. When she used a catchphrase, he made her stay on task. And that's what you have to do. That's what we saw here. This is a man giving out instructions. This is a man that actually put his foot down for once and didn't coddle her. She's not used to that. You can tell. And probably that's why she's been having so much problem getting under somebody's program, getting down with the team, getting that relationship that she wants.
You're a man, so you answer this question.
See, this is what she does.
Nah, these questions are
He goes back and forth from I love you, I want to be with you, I'm mad because you won't be with me, you won't commit to me, and then his insecurity is the best of him, and it's like, I want you, I'm not sure if I deserve you, I'm not sure that I can facilitate you, I'm not sure that I can. So when I say emotionally,
I can't believe she did all this here.
Instability.
It's the most toxic
It's like his words is concrete. That's not unstable. His emotions in the relationship are just unstable to where as a man, you've got to be vertical within yourself before you can be in a relationship.
Okay, I'm pausing this.
Yeah, he's going back and forth.
I'm pausing this.
I love you. I want to be with you. And now I'm mad that you won't want to be with me. But he's emotionally unstable. His emotional insecurity.
Why are you posting?
This shit never said that. I want you to do what you do if a nigga was saying that stuff.
Exactly.
That's why.
I think.
Get off Mel's back.
I'm not. No, I want to hear your.
I'm with Mel.
She sounds crazy.
Oh, thank you.
This did not do her any favors. I'm speaking just from what I'm listening to.
Of course.
She is contradicting so much of what she has been saying. Like, it's just, you can't get around it. It's indefensible.
Yeah.
I like her. I think she's a lovely woman, but that shit sounds wild.
This is what happens when you get the actor girl script. This is what happens.
Also, you know what else it is?
That's right.
You got to be very f***ing careful with how you handle your newfound popularity. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wanted to get her on their show. Everybody wanted a piece of her. Everybody. You're going to do a lot of talking. A lot of talking. And eventually...
What you're saying is why I had to check you on all of that shared experience shit that you was talking to people.
No, because
women like to get around each other and, well, I'm a baby, I got pussy, we got pussy back.
No, don't do that.
Your plight and her plight may not be as linked as you think they are.
When I say that there's alignment, it could literally just be on two different, parallels or subjects. That's it. She's her, I'm me. We have totally different walks of life. Completely. But there are some parallels that I just acknowledged. But that didn't mean that she is me and I am her and we are us. Not even a little bit.
Okay.
So, and also when it comes to doing interviews, I really try to kind of find a lot of common ground with who I'm talking to. It makes You're
great at that. That's why I kept you here since Ish. Or what?
And Flip.
She got so much in common with the Clips.
I mean.
She's hip hop.
Yeah.
She's in a mystical video. She sold drugs before. Was about to jail. And was a realtor, a dentist?
Yeah.
Mel has been a million different people. I ain't gonna hold you. This little cosplaying mother here. Anyway,
Keep going, because I feel like
I want to get to this. It's a line.
I know you, yeah,
Bro, we are
let's get to
doing
it.
great. My nigga. Keep going.
Yeah, keep going.
Don't rush.
And I am.
I'm giving that. You good with the words.
But let me say this. Let me say this, Paul. He has every right to feel like what I've been doing as far as
This is crazy.
Why she bring back to him?
relationship with him when I want to, and is not something that gives him stability. However, I don't want to commit to a relationship with a man who I feel emotionally is not in a place of being able to be in a healthy relationship.
Why are you messing with him?
It's how do you want to be sexy? We
Oh, see it. Here we go. God. Here we go.
I know what it is.
say this, it is transparent. He understands, I understand what he wants, he understands why I don't want to commit at this moment with him, which is the emotional piece that him and I talk about openly. I support
I wish I could fast forward.
No, this is a gaslight extraordinaire.
I just,
talked about it.
I've been showing it to JBT. She a JV gaslight though. She ain't a professional.
That's what I'm doing?
Yeah, that's exactly. Come here.
See, Paul Pierce is a professional.
No, Paul Pierce is a nigga.
You can tell.
No.
But all right, Paul.
I understand what he wants, he understands why I don't want to commit at this moment with him, which is the emotional piece that him and I talk about openly. I support him in it, I hold space for him in it. He's, we talked about it intensively, and he understands it, and he's, that's,
Sit. I really wants to leave. Go ahead.
that's what I'm doing?
Yeah, that's exactly. Come here.
Well, you know what? If that's what I'm doing, I'll say this, and people gonna be mad, and I'm okay. If I'm doing what Paul said, I'd much rather be the one walking you at the dog park than the one on the leash.
Ridiculous.
I'm not opt out. We are not opt out. Okay, we have options, and we are not on the leash.
Pause. Ladies and gentlemen, let me hold you, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant.
Dr. Paul Pierce.
Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you
Professor Pierce.
P squared.
The truth.
The truth. God got a sense of humor now, I'm telling you.
Woo, won't he do it?
We're gonna find out about Dr. Cheyenne Bryant from the truth.
One way or another.
I think that line said it all. I think that line be my beef with the women that that do that. Because buried underneath all that in the truth is jealousy of it's like I want to.
They call it penis envy for a reason.
I'm a nigga now. I've been hurt, I've been ran through, so I'm a nigga, and all the shit niggas do, I understand it because I'm doing it. I've adopted that. But I get to hide under the veil of I'm a woman, so you can't talk about my bodies, you can't talk about me sliding, you can't talk about how I go about that process, like moving and shaking out
How
here.
I'm out here
Spinning the
mistreating a
block.
man,
Yeah.
leading him on,
Not
until
validating
I
his
find
feelings,
something else.
gaslighting him,
Better
not
dealing.
listening to him,
Toxic
not
femininity.
building with him, and him when I want, not fucking him off and on. 5 years, you sit here, I got niggas on the side, so you better not say nothing to me, neither, nigga.
She started the conversation with, I have companions.
Plural.
Yeah, I just want to hear from Mel.
But then she want to get on.
I like, honestly. Eventually,
No,
That's
and
not
we love
cool.
that.
That's not
dope.
the thing. She wasn't gonna be honest.
wasn't.
Yeah,
He
no.
forced her into a corner where she couldn't get out.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
She wasn't necessarily transparent from go. He started asking her questions. She would get away from the question. No, get back over here.
Bring that ass
She
here.
couldn't avoid it. She couldn't avoid it.
if he wasn't prepared, she was gonna wiggle herself out of that.
Oh,
too.
she
was
had about
yeah.
4 different times where she was out.
That's what
Oh,
I'm
you
saying.
got your red pajamas on.
Right, you know.
No. Red light
Yo,
special.
how do you know I'm f***ing him? Because you're from Inglewood. I mean, you're from.
She said, how you know
Long
we
Beach.
sexy?
I know
You
you.
just said you
I
got
know
vitamin
you.
D
She just said it before
deficient.
that. Yeah.
Right.
Like, I know you.
I don't care. His response.
That's
I
what it
know.
was. Because she's either smashing him or she's smashing somebody else, one of the other 5. Which one is it?
Granger knows that if you're a lineman in charge of keeping the lights on, you go to great lengths, and sometimes heights, to ensure the power is always flowing. Which is why you can count on Granger for professional-grade products and next-day delivery, so you have everything you need to get the job done. Call 1-800-GRANGER, click Granger.com, or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
Is it? So now you look even crazier now that you're denying the fact. You're saying, oh yeah, it's not possible. What if I'm actually not having sex with him? Yeah, okay. All right, now you look even crazier. See, this is chess. Like, she was blocked in checkmate, and she could not figure her way out. Oh well.
Oh, I know how you move. That's why. I know Cameron.
So much for the therapist. She getting therapized. This is what I'm saying. This is what would have happened if Cheyenne Bryant, just like we got the privilege to see what Kevin Samuels and Kendra G's interaction would be like. It was exactly what you expected. Kevin dominated that situation. I'm not saying every man has this conversation, but a lot of men had these thoughts about these women here. And there is something to be seen about the woman that's going around dunking on all these other personalities to analyze exactly what she is talking about and what she really is discussing. You know what I mean? Anyway, man, good shit, Paul Pierce. Go check the rest of this out on the Joe Budden podcast. The episode's called Episode 842, Glazing Hip Hop and R&B. If you want to hear the full conversation, they go in depth. I'm gonna have to chop this up as it is because it was a necessary conversation, but it definitely ran a little long. So shout out to Paul Pierce once again. The truth. I look forward to good things coming from Paul Pierce once he sees the positive reaction this is getting. Actually putting it on display. Even Cheyenne, if she decides to come back, like, that would be an interesting interaction. Because like I said, I think Paul had a larger play that he set up, and he was playing chess from the beginning. He allowed her to pepper him with questions. He was vulnerable. He was vulnerable about his own situation, so much so that some people in the comments thought that she got off on him in the early rounds. But boy, by the end of it, he proved his point. We don't know exactly what this lady is doing, where she's from, what her credentials are to be out here telling people what it is they're doing. We don't know her life experience. Like, even Tasha K, and Tasha K and Corey Holcomb have both brought it up. There's some questions about her sexuality in general. Does she even like men? That's the question. That's the questions. Like, she's giving out so much other information, like, I think that this needs to be part of the vetting process for all these people that we listen to. The difference between her and Kevin Samuels is that we had already done the vetting process before a lot of these other people already made this. And that's the thing. He had been around talking to men, having real conversations, being critical of men before he even got to talking to the ladies. That is what became popular, wildly popular over the pandemic for whatever reasons. The fact that he went through that first process, you can't ever question his positions on the second process. He was looking for wives for these particular men. He had a mission. These particular men that he had been speaking to and improved their lives. That's the funny thing. Men took that information and actually improved themselves and became better people. Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, she's a fly-by-night, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm not saying she shouldn't be able to make money at some point, but we got to be honest here. And we're having an honest conversation. We're not sniping at people because they had families out of wedlock. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's in bad taste. That's what we all notice. And we notice that no doctor, no therapist is going to go up there and do something so low brow. You understand what I'm saying? But anyway, interesting topic, interesting discussion. Shout out to them for covering it. Everybody's picking it up now. It's a great reason why, and I hope it brings some more attention to Paul Pierce's independent platform. I don't think he's being produced by anybody. That seems to be his show. And if they having conversations like that, I think we're going to be tuning in a lot more. Anyway, if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification for all uploads. This is Fawcett Media.
If you want to sell your house in the next 30 days and you're thinking about listing it with a realtor, you're going to want to listen to this.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Pearl Media. Today we're reacting to a Kevin Samuels video with some honest, unfiltered thoughts. Let's get right into it.
Hi Kevin,
Hello?
it's me Kevin, how you doing?
Don't know who me is.
It's Messy Tiff.
Oh, okay.
Look, I really need help.
How old are you?
I am 39.
Why do you have a hat on? You cover your eyes.
It matches, hold on, first off, it's the swag for me. That's why I got a hat on, because it matches my bag. I got the whole little
Okay. What do you have to offer a man that you haven't already given to a man?
I'm going to shut my mouth.
Huh?
I said, I guess I'm going to shut up next time. I talk too much. I need to work on my mouth.
Okay, so that's what you have to offer a man that you haven't offered to anybody else?
Loyalty.
Are you turning the TV down? It's too loud.
Let me cut it down. Hold on. Hold on. Let me go up in the other room. Because my little boo right down in here. Okay, cut that down because I'm on the phone with Kevin Samuel. He about to give me some advice. Advice, Kevin. Okay, I'm ready, Kevin.
Okay, you're 39. How many children do you have?
3. And 3 baby daddies and they all gangbang.
So what do you want as an outcome?
I want somebody that's loyal. It's really hard to find loyalty nowadays. You really can't find it at the next corner or none of that. Like these men now.
Hold on. Loyal to what end? Like a husband? What are you talking about?
I want a husband. I want to get married, have kids.
Why,
I want to live in a house.
Hold on. You're 39 with 3 children, right?
Yes.
Okay. You already have kids.
Yes.
Well, how old is your youngest?
3 years old.
Well, you want more children.
Of course I do. I really want 6. Is something wrong with that?
What do you do for a living?
I get EDD. Is that, I
don't know what that is.
Unemployment.
So you're an unemployed mother with 3 baby daddies. You talking about you can't find a man?
Yes. I'm pretty sure God, I want somebody that's going to help me. Like, you don't think that I could get that?
It's called Jesus.
Sorry, but you don't think that I can get somebody to help me? You don't think a man is going to love me?
It's called Jesus.
Huh?
Jesus.
So basically you telling me to call on Jesus.
And a therapist.
And a thing. I thought you was, well, can me and you be together then?
Sure. After you call on Jesus and a therapist to get a makeover. If you want to try me, I'm better at it. Come on, man. You got to come better than that. Welcome to Worldstar. I tell you what I think. I'm a much better human being. These are your strengths. No, they're your strengths to keep saying.
I'll make you famous.
You gotta be better than that. You gotta do better than that. Oh, everywhere they see me go, every other video, no matter where I go, I see that same hole. Oh my my God. Oh my God. And the sad part is, it's raining out here, guys. It's about to get messy out here. So, this is what we're going to do. For the women who really are wanting to get better health, I need you to understand something. It's women like that, and I use the term loosely, that are impacting your ethnic image. You ladies need to get that under control. Coming on here looking like DJ Quick. Goddamn, DJ Quick is on this motherfucker. DJ Quick is in the motherfucking house. 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 Looking like DJ Quick. DJ Quick got a new drop coming out. Oh my God, I'm going to hell. DJ Quick. Black pussy. Always talking about it because I love it. Yeah, I remember DJ Quick. Oh shit. Y'all remember DJ Quick? DJ Quick is in the motherfucking house. DJ Quick is in the motherfucking house. It's funny because it's true. I need to get what was that challenge? What was that? The Junebug challenge? I need to get that shit on that too. Oh my God. Oh my God. She came over here thinking she gonna do something. Oh my God. I'm gonna go to hell. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all know y'all wanted to see that. The Junebug challenge. I need to give you a little meme of the Junebug challenge. All right. So anyway, back to the scheduled broadcast. She said the lace princess. Oh my goodness, the lace princess.
Hey, hold up. Let me get outside so you can see my face. I'm in Baltimore, so you can't see me. Hold up.
In Baltimore. I heard of Baltimore in your voice. That's what I do. Go ahead. Baltimore.
My bad. I'm in Baltimore. Hold on, I'm going out. Can you hear me? My bad. It's the pit bulls bugging outside and all that.
Shout out to Omar. We miss you.
Yes, I'm in Baltimore.
Oh, Lord have mercy, Jesus.
No, go ahead, mercy. But listen, I wanted to ask because
I'm not doing this to our black women. I'm not doing it. Not doing it. Not doing it. Shout out to not doing it. Nope. Absolutely not. She needs a bang. She needs bang. She needs a bang. Carrot top. Oh man. And people think they're gonna come on here and just do this. So respect, appreciation, praise. Answering the question, what do you have to give a man? What do you have to give to a man that he wants that you haven't given to a man is a very important question. But seriously, we're going to talk about this because so many of our women are really afraid. And a lot of this is why I say therapy is so important. Whatever the traumas that are there, the hurt, whatever it is, you got to get that out of the system. You cannot have a healthy relationship without healing. This month, I'm going to bring on some other content creators who you guys might be surprised to see who they are. But there is so much healing that is necessary to have a healthy relationship. Look at we just like Michael K. Williams. There's so much undiagnosed mental illness or trauma in our community. My personal opinion is somebody who has worked with alcoholics and addicts. We are not meant to be alone. That is why you see why do you think you are seeing so many people in their 30s to 50s who are self-destructing? Because they don't have the things that typically anchor the human animal to life. Family. We're out here living by ourselves, going from happiness to happiness. That's what drug use works. Why do people use drugs? Because they work. Being able to take a pill or anesthetize the feeling of loneliness, I will tell you, money does not make you happy. That's why people are always surprised and shocked to see people who are millionaires who end up dying. We need relationship. Think about Michael K. White. Imagine if in a situation where he was there. Even if he was truly shooting up with heroin, and he got some fentanyl, somebody may have been there, a wife, a kid, somebody. When you're alone, that's why it's happening in Korea, Japan, and the West. We are not meant to be broken up. So that's why I say my critics and detractors who think I don't like black women. I love black women. I just see that black women are the one group more than anything else who is wholeheartedly bought into this independence. And that's fine when you are at the peak of your value, between 18 and 25, when you should really be making certain choices, you're mismanaging your value. So when you get to 27 to 35, stuff starts to go awry. I get so tired of seeing beautiful black women over age 35, unmarried, no children, and working themselves to death, and the future looks bleak. The future just looks like more work. Okay? So, get over my tone. Get over my approach and understand what we're trying to get accomplished. What we're trying to get accomplished. And it doesn't take a lot. All you need is 10%. Brother, go on my channel. There are people who are talking about they found their wives and another. Every time I'm out and about, I run into black women who are saying, I appreciate the message. I run into black women saying, hey, I appreciate it. It's starting to work. It's starting to catch on. We got to be able to talk to one another. Men, we got to do our homework. We must become the value. And if we're going to be in lead and head and all that alpha male shit we talk about, we got to be willing to do all that. We shoulder the ultimate responsibility for it all. Women are women. They are emotional creatures. They are going to go left at some point. If you're not willing to deal with that, don't deal with women. All of them. It's the female equation. But if we're doing what we're supposed to be doing as men, it's a hell of a lot easier to steer the ship back on course because we have more than just love. We need multiple things to root us together other than just feelings. That's why I say fuck love and all this other kind of stuff. Love.
More rewards, more savings, more special offers. That's what you Fuel Rewards members get at Shell. Join to save 10 cents per gallon on
love is a feeling. You need more stuff to root us through, to get through the storms of life, to where we're not all unanchored and unmoored out there. I don't want to see a bunch of single folks just out here looking like we're living our best lives when you're really crying in the shower. When y'all don't see me on YouTube, I do at least 3 to 4 consults every day. Every day I'm talking to people, and I don't talk much about my consulting business. Every day. And I know what people are going through. I know what it is, and the thing is, the answer in life is this. Success is shared. Money making is a social activity. We are better together. Men are the best version of themselves when they're confident, intelligent, and the all important assertive piece. Women are the best version of themselves when they're feminine, beautiful, and inspirational. But that needs to be together. The inspirational part is for your CIA men. We used to have a church to where we could actually submit ourselves both to something greater than ourselves. As long as you're in a relationship about you and she's in a relationship about her, those are just 2 partners. We have to learn how to do this And we have to do it while we're building it. It won't be perfect because we didn't learn this stuff growing up. But I refuse to believe that we have to, that we just have a throwaway generation. We have a generation of people who are men and women that are going to have to give each other equal measures of grace and mercy. But ladies, make no mistake, in order to end up having relationships that work, you must be willing to cooperate with your man and get on his page, regardless if he paying all the bills or if he's splitting it 50-50. It just simply will not work, this partnership thing. There is not partnership. There's alignment. And stop worrying about, well, if I'm going to submit to him, who he submitted to? Don't, you do your part, and he has to do his part. Because trust me, when men are doing what we're supposed to be doing, we'll keep each other in line. We'll keep each other in line. We'll check that shit. And if a man has a woman at home doing what she's supposed to do, guarantee you, more often than not, men will be like, man, what the hell? Get out of here, man. You better need to go back to your wife and kids. Because I'm going to tell you right now, any of my frat brothers will tell you, don't think you can come over to my house and you cheating on your woman. See, don't get it confused when I say high value men don't cheat. They exercise options. That's what they do. But that doesn't mean you have to. I've never cheated. I've never cheated. And people who know me would tell you, he's never been a cheater. And people who also will know you would tell you, don't think you're going to use me to cheat. I wish you would come by my house talking about, hey man, if my wife called, tell her I'm over there, fuck you. No. Your wife call me, I'm going to give her your goddamn GPS location. Tell me with that bullshit. That's before YouTube. That's been since 1987. Because if you're going to have the balls enough to do it, you need to have the balls enough to tell about something. And don't be bringing me into your fuck shit. Because if you do that, she going to be mad at you. They going to get back together. She ain't going to trust you. Forget that. So, gentlemen, we all got to have a code. I will tell you, I have fraternity brothers that will tell you, I've sat there and looked at you. If you don't get out of here, you got a good woman. You got a good woman, you better go home and better believe something. One of these days you're going to leave that house, somebody else going to be there. I firmly believe that when you have a good woman, a woman that's on your side, men admire that stuff. And we hate to see it abused. So, ladies, stop worrying about what the men are going to do and worry about what you have to do to make yourself the best fit for the kind of man you want. And the men, we can't worry about, well, I'm going to go out here and do all the other stuff, and then, well, I'm going to do that. She could take me for all I got. Man, I don't live life in fear like that. I just don't. Yeah, sure, it could happen. But then if that's the case, don't get in the car, don't get on the plane, don't do anything. Life involves risk. But I will tell you, I don't ever talk shit about my exes because headship fell to me. And I firmly believe the next situation I'm in, I understand what I'm looking for and what I'm willing to risk and put into it. I'm a different man, and I wasn't raised this way. We all have a chance to reinvent ourselves. And that's the last thing I want to say in the black community. Black men and black women. We need to stop this shit about telling you and keeping it real. You need to continue to reinvent yourself. You were born flawed, broken, you made mistakes, you had error. Yes, we can judge those things, but give yourself room to remake. Maybe it won't be for everybody, but it'll be enough. That's why I say this whole high value man thing. You're not born a high value man. You make yourself one, and then you maintain value. Stop letting the people who don't want anything tell you what you can't be. You have to decide to do it. That's why I leave my F's up, my old videos and everything else. I don't try to act like I'm something that I ain't been. We're building this as we flying it. We're doing it. And if you can see me or somebody else or anybody else that looks like you or anybody else who's breathing, you can do it too. You just have to be willing to do something. Two things that I cannot fix. Coward. I cannot fix coward, and I can't fix lazy. If you're not a coward, and if you're not lazy, you got an opportunity. And if you are willing to do the work that starts here. This is why I'm such a proponent of therapy. Do the work. Talk about it. Get it out. Write the letters. Do what the counselors say. Do 12 months of work, and I guarantee you, the rest of your life will look different than the last part of your life. Even if nothing changes in the day-to-day, your mindset. peace and tranquility begin here.
Alright, this one right here, this was delusion on full display, and Kevin handled it exactly how it needed to be handled. She's 39, unemployed, a mother of 3 with 3 different baby daddies, and somehow she's not only looking for a man, but she's asking for dating advice on how to find a new man to have more kids with. Let me repeat that, more kids. Now listen, I'm not here to shame anybody for their past. Life happens, mistakes happen, growth is possible. But at some point you gotta look in the mirror and ask, what am I really offering a man right now? Because Kevin didn't even have to go hard. He just asked the basic logical questions and the whole fantasy started crumbling. What kind of man do you think is signing up to be baby daddy number 4? What high value man with options, discipline, and direction is gonna look at a 39-year-old unemployed single mom of 3 and say, yeah, I wanna add more kids to that situation? He didn't attack her, he gave her a mirror. And what was in that mirror? Decisions, patterns, and a complete lack of accountability. She was talking like she's still in her 20s with no kids, no baggage, and endless time. And Kevin had to break it down. You don't get to make choices like that for over a decade and then turn around at 39 and act like you're still in control of the market. This isn't about worth, this is about reality. At 39, you should be focused on stability, legacy, peace, not bringing more kids into a chaotic situation that hasn't been stabilized yet. And here's what Kevin made crystal clear. Men don't look at situations, they look at outcomes. The more baggage, the more responsibility, the less leverage you have. And asking for more children on top of 3 existing ones with no career, no man, and no partner, that's not a preference, that's a fantasy. You want love? Cool. You want a partner? Still possible. But the idea that a high quality ready-made man is supposed to walk into this situation and build more on top of it, you're not being realistic, you're being entitled. Bottom line, at 39, the window for starting over isn't closed, but it's tight. And if you want real results, you gotta move with humility, cooperation, and accountability, not expectations based on a version of yourself that no longer exists. Kevin didn't tear her down, he told her the truth. And the truth is this, you don't get what you feel you deserve, you get what you prepare for.
Honey, we've got to slow down with this online shopping. The boxes are everywhere. They're never going to fit in my car. What is that?
Well, we needed a bigger car. So I went to LoreView at GMC.com.
I only date one guy at a time, and everyone always says, don't put all your eggs in one basket. And I'm like, you guys, there's always 2 baskets. There's one with the guy that I'm seeing, and the other with every other guy in the world that I could date if I decide that this guy...
I made a video sometime last year, I think, and it went viral. It was about this same exact topic. And I remember I said, if you're like seeing multiple people at once, you're not looking for love. In fact, I'd say you have no interest in love in the first place if you're dating more than 1% of the time. Because there can be no genuine romance, no genuine connection between 2 people if that attention is being spread amongst multiple people. There is no romance in that. You literally cannot formulate romance while seeing multiple people. In order for romance to exist, there has to be exclusivity. There has to be. There is no romance otherwise. If you're dating multiple people at once, you're claiming that you're looking for love. You're not. You're looking for someone to fill a hole in your heart. You're looking for someone to entertain you this week or this weekend. Because think about it like this, right? Let's say you're on date 3 or 2 or 3 with a girl, right? And then, dates over, whatever. And then the next day, you're walking through the city. You see her at dinner with another guy, or you see him at dinner with another woman. If you don't feel any way about that, you didn't like him or her. You didn't like him or her at all. Even if it was on your second or third date, if you see the person you just had a great night with the other night on a date with somebody else, you feel no ways you didn't like them. And if that's the case, you should have been going on that second or third date. I think you know if you like someone enough after the first date if you want to continue seeing them, right? But like I said, if you see them out with somebody else and you feel no ways at all, you didn't like them. So don't put all your eggs in one basket, thing. It's just like the woman said, there's always 2 baskets. The person I'm seeing now and the entire rest of the world, if I decide it doesn't work out. To me, seeing more than one person at once is literally you looking for entertainment. You trying to fill a hole in your heart, or you have a fear of being alone.
So I do have that second video that he's talking about that went viral. We'll get into that next, but I'm gonna get my thoughts on this. So I think that this primarily pertains to women, and it's typically women who have these options, unless you're just some wealthy dude. I always say it takes a lot of money to date, unless you're a woman. Women like to be entertained. I always say the worst thing you can do to a woman is make her bored. Don't ever make a woman bored. So she has that option, and women just like to dress up, and that's where their value comes in. It's how many dates they can go out on. And yes, women generally don't have interest in the guys that they date. The guy who's clapping the cheeks who she wants to be with is not taking her out on any dates, bro. Trust me, trust me, trust me. He's not taking her out on any dates. The one who's getting the Powerball Lewinsky from her, who she's bringing chicks and they doing threesomes and foursomes, he's not doing none of that. But you are. But this is another reason why women will say things about they can't find a guy again. Because you're dealing with so many dudes. You're dealing with a ton of dudes that you really aren't taking men seriously at the end of the day. Men don't have those options like that. They really don't. You can say, a lady, I always say you can walk outside right now and just say, hey, would you like to go out? Hey, would you like to take me out? Can you take me out? Hey, what are you doing later? And she could have dates lined up for the next few months, especially if she's a decent looking or average to decent looking woman. Even a woman that isn't that attractive, she can still pull it off. So women, you can't find a good man because you got so many choices, and you like doing this at the end of the day. So if you feel like you get this guy time, you're messing up the rest of the dudes that you could possibly be seen out with. But he's absolutely right. You dating someone and then he has to convince me, he has to do, man, forget all that, bro. Forget all that. Women will tell you very quickly, they'll show you very quickly that they don't have interest in you. And that's just how they are. Don't listen to shit that women say. Clap the cheeks, keep it moving. Have her prove herself. Your job, and I'm saying that, you can get mad as you want. Your job is to clap the cheeks and let her prove it.
Better ingredients, better pizza, and now better summer deals at Papa John's. Like the works large pizza for $14. Fan favorite cheesy burger pizza is back for $12.99. Or get 2 large, 2-topping pizzas for $12 each. All summer long at Papa John's.
To prove it. These women are so fickle, bro. Let's get on to the next clip, though, man. I'm not going to talk to you about it. Let's get on to the next clip.
I went on 29 page shirts this year. Let's talk about it. So first, but I want to clarify, when I say 29 days, I mean 29 first dates. This doesn't include second dates or third dates that I went on with potential bachelors. So when I first moved to Hoboken, which was like August, September, I started dating a lot because I really just wanted to see people out there and have like many friends here, and I was just honestly just trying to socialize and like learn to restaurants, and, like honestly get some food because it's so expensive living here, it's insane. So I started doing that through Hinge, and I've been on more first dates this year than that, but these are just the ones that I met on Hinge, and Hinge was like the biggest majority out of men. Dating in a post-grad world versus the college world is so different because the guys like all have careers and their careers are already in motion and like they're already in the workforce and like everybody pretty much like makes decent money at least, especially in this area. I would say out of all of the dates I went on, I think there was only 3 or 4 second and third dates. And I never went on more than 3 dates with the guys because I didn't want them to get attached because I really wasn't looking for anything serious. I also want to clarify that I was not sleeping with any of these men like in premise. Like it was all just socialization and getting free food and learning about people like us. And I feel like out of my friends, like nobody has really dated as aggressively as I have. Because like it really was like only within like a 2-week period. Like I haven't gone on a Hinge date in about a month or maybe a month and a half. This all happens within 3 months time. So I was going on like multiple first dates a week. Sometimes like multiple, and then sometimes I'd have a slow week where it would just be like 1 or 2. I feel like you guys are gonna be watching this and being like, oh my god, this girl is like crazy. Like maybe it is, but I was just like trying to put myself out there. Like, I'm a very social person. I'm a very big extrovert. I'm not dating that much anymore because honestly, like, the last person that I met.
We're halfway through the video, guys, and this is the video that the gentleman was talking about in the previous video. This is how the majority of women, older women, younger women, are rocking. They're not looking for anything serious, bro. They're just looking for entertainment. A lot of them are lonely, so they want you to entertain them. They don't want to be bored. And she even said, I'm looking for free meals. I'm just doing it to see that I can do it. I got the ability to get these guys to take me out. And I bet she's not telling them, but she said 3 dates. After the third date, I'm just ghosting at this point. You're not telling them up front that you're not interested. And this is what women do. This is what women do. They're not telling you they're not interested because they know that you're going to continue to take them out. You're going to continue to show them a good time. Bro, enjoy yourself, man. Go out, take yourself out. If you meet a woman there, that's cool. Stop taking women out. These women don't call, don't text, no nothing. You're constantly reaching out to them. They're not even responding. That's a woman that's telling you she doesn't like you, bro. And she's bragging about, she said this was just hinge dates. That's not even the other dudes. And she's not mentioning who was clapping the buns. And I'm pretty sure who was clapping the buns wasn't doing none of this, man. But let's finish this clip.
I've kind of been like, not like exclusive to, but I'm definitely not interested in seeing anybody else. So maybe like there is a method to my madness because guys, I actually think I may have found my husband on Hinge. When you're dating in this world, like dating doesn't mean anything. Like me dating multiple guys at the same time is like a normal thing. I mean, it's definitely something that I feel like guys do more than women do. Whatever. It's 2024. Or who's to say that I can't date multiple guys? I'm also one of those people that like really likes attention. And I hate the way that that sounds, but like I'm not gonna sit here and act like I don't. The thing is, like, when guys are dating, like you really have to know. I went on a date with a guy where like, he traveled a lot for work. He was like, oh, I do have like women in like other cities, so like I just need you to know that I can't be completely exclusive to you, but I can be exclusive to you in the tri-state area. And I was like, huh? Obviously he didn't get a second date. But yeah, it's crazy. It really just started as like a form of budgeting. I don't know if you guys have seen my other videos before, but if you have, especially the one that just recently went kind of viral, you know that I am broke. Like, you really have to ask guys, you know, like how single are you? Are you like recently single? Are you situationship single? Are you like single but can't get over your ex kind of single? There's so many different types of single, and I never thought that dating would get more complicated when I was in college. I really do wonder what it was like 20 years ago before online dating was a thing, because obviously if I wasn't on Hinge, I wouldn't have been able to acquire that many first dates within that short amount of time. It's just become like such an instant gratification thing, I think. I just feel like people put so much important emphasis on dating, and it's like really doesn't have to be that serious. Like men don't take it seriously, so like why should we? But yeah, those are my thoughts.
I appreciate this young lady for making this video. She gives you a glimpse into the thoughts of a woman. This is how women think, bro. She said men don't take it seriously. Men can't get the amount of dates that a woman can. Average, and I'm no offense, she's not, to me, she's not attractive. She's like an average looking woman, and she can get this amount of dates. A man can't do that same thing. So you're saying men don't take it seriously. Baby, you don't take it seriously. Women, you want guys, the guys you like to take you seriously, but you can't take you seriously. She's just the delusion of it, of I want to exercise my options, but you can't. Ladies, this is why. You don't put any effort. You don't feel like you have to put any effort. You don't feel like you have to make a guy feel special. You don't feel like you have to invest anything in a guy. You just want to show up, be pretty, and have him entertain you. Like I said, guys, you got to be her court jester, man. Guys, let me know what you think about this video. Comment below. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Much blessings and abundance. Stick around for the next video that's going to pop up on the screen below. That's where I'm going to see you guys as your favorite everything. This is Wisdom. I'm the best. Let's run it up to 1 million. Quit playing with me. Peace.
that I met from TikTok. And today was my first time meeting her. And I went and picked her up. She said that she didn't have a license to drive here to Mississippi from Memphis. And she didn't want to get in trouble, so I picked her up in the Whitehaven area. But anyhow, we came back to my house. We chilling and stuff. We went to breakfast this morning. Yes, her stomach was hurting. She had to go and use the restroom. While she was in the restroom, when she finished, she asked me to take a shower. She asked me for a shirt. Well, while she was in the shower, right, first was sitting on the nightstand. And the fans, so I guess the fan was to vibrate her purse from the nightstand to the floor. But anyhow, when our purse fell over, I went over this side of the bed, and she has no scattered all over the floor. And but I seen this peel product, and it's I don't know how to pronounce it. Super Dangin Festival CRISPIP. So, me being who I am, I looked it up. And it's for if you got HIV. Wow. So this young lady bought a gun. She got HIV. I just let it go. Until she got out. She got out. And the look on her face was like, damn. I seen your pill. So I asked her. Even though I got her name on, I still asked her. Right. You got HIV? She was looking. And I was like, you didn't feel like you was needed to tell me? She was like, well, why would I expose myself if you don't ask or inquire? I'm not going to say you just tell you. So, I was like, dang. And I was like, what about if we would have had sex and I wanted to go wrong? That's your choice. You made the choice. It's like, hey. So, I guess what I'm telling you, this girl is beautiful. I mean, I know diseases don't look like nothing. You can be ugly and have a disease, you can be beautiful. Oh, it's out.
Wow. Did you guys really listen to the story? First off, if this fear happened, I hope every person who needed to hear the story and needed to have a healthy fear, maybe they don't have currently, is very scary. This is very real. He said he met this woman, says a young lady on TikTok. I think videos like this are just so important because you might see a beautiful woman, you're like, it's a beautiful woman. In social media, there's an influx of beautiful people. At best, a man can acknowledge that and just say, oh yeah, it is what it is. At worst, you are part of the 3,000 comments begging to fly that woman out, to see that chick. And I think men sometimes forget that these are chicks who have issues. Some of them very, very serious problems, mentally. Some of these women are using crazy filters that don't look like that, right? Some of these women stink. They smell. Some of these chicks, she might be homeless. My main point here is you have to remember that you don't know what's happening in these chicks' lives. This woman was probably some chick that other men see on TikTok. My goodness, you're so beautiful. Come to my city, or I'll fly you out. Let's go get dinner. Or here's my number. DMs full, not knowing that she's out here willing, if you're willing, to give you HIV, right? And based on how he told the story, if that situation didn't happen the way that it did, this man would have been in a full-on panic. Right? Like imagine the situation happens after you gave in to that temptation. This is also why I believe there's a reason why God all that matters. It's not just about, oh, God doesn't want you to not have fun. He doesn't want you to enjoy yourself. No, it's because a lot of these things are black holes. No pun intended. But there's never ending joy in drugs. There's never ending joy in alcohol. You can take anything too far. Definitely, lust itself has destroyed many men. Disease, financial purpose. Personally, what I believe is God's the only person that's able to truly help a man bring that lust in to a degree that it doesn't completely destroy him. I mean, we're all men. We've all fallen. Right? The story's the same.
Exactly. I always say the Lord always. But yeah, and y'all can right. I just got one more thing to say. Because y'all know that just as y'all do. Yeah, the book is famous. And I guess I heard her friends like over me. So-called sugar daddy. And just man, everybody knew I ain't no sugar daddy. I'm more like Splendor on the taste. On a serious note, I'll just be careful. Yes, I want to expose really bad.
Do it. No, you can't. You can't. And you shouldn't, because you know, you're charged for that. You're not exposing people's medical records to.
She said that she don't care. She's angry, bad, just with it and kill. This the thing right here. The background, her first to the floor. I'm so glad. Because I'm not saying I would have been wrong, but we all are wrong. Things happen. Ain't no telling what would happen. So, Collins break too. Just be careful.
You know, I went to a boarding school for high school. I remember one of my deans said something along the lines of, when you're thinking with one head, is usually not working. Think about what he said, but there's a whole lot of red flags that like thinking straight. You know, that's bad, disrespect. But what I mean is, you guys know, when you're in a state where you're sexually discharged as a man, you do things. That's why they have the whole post-nut 30. Right? This man drove 3 hours. It says 3.5 hours here. That's 7 hours both ways, added together. Imagine working that hard to kill yourself. Yeah, I'm sure he feels blessed. I'm sure he feels very fortunate. We appreciate you sharing that. Top comment here says you picked up someone you met on TikTok. You took her to your house, and she's from Memphis. You owe God praise. See what responses this person said, right? At his age, telling us to be careful. Stop. See, the thing I would never get, I would never think that everything I've done in my life has been of my own just wisdom. Some of us don't know, really just lucky. People don't know. People have no idea who spared them. People have no idea. I remember listening to another video of a guy talking about how he took a woman on such an extravagant date. By the end of it, she says, you know, she straight up told him what she had. It was the same thing. And then she said, I was going to sleep with you tonight, and she didn't care if you got it. And she decided to let that end. The sooner you hone yourself in, the fewer chances you have, obviously, from dangerous situations. There's some things in this life that need to be motivated. You're healthy for this woman, not an obsession. Somebody else who says, come on at your age. Who says, how are you bringing people to your house from TikTok? Another person who says, the fan did not knock that purse down. That was nothing but God. Another person here added, but how many more have you brought to your house that the fan didn't expose them? Here's somebody else who says, why your house? Somebody else who says, take her to your house. She could have set you up. So many things could have gone wrong. Hey guys, as always, I appreciate you checking out yet another episode of Coffee Pod. Currently engaged or soon to be married men. If you need a prenup and would like a guide that shows you how to get a solid and legally binding an upshur agreement, hit the link into the top of the comment section and access your guide at fathershaverights.com today.
When you need mobile coverage,
Hey, Grandma.
Cox Mobile is right there with you. We run on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability. So you can stay connected from just about anywhere. We serve over 2 million square miles coast to coast. It's mobile service that works where you need it. Get coverage you can count on at a price you can count on too. Cox Mobile, the smart way to mobile.
Mace need to go on a diet. He need to get his life together. He needs to go to the doctor and get a physical. He look terrible, bad body, back ass. He look big around the neck. Waist look crazy. I'm body shaming this. You heard? He need to go get his together, get on the treadmill, do some push-ups, do something. You heard? Especially if you're playing with me.
You are a guardian angel and designer. Did you get you talking about, man? You are not from Harlem. Why do you think you from Harlem, bro? You are not from Harlem. I did not grow up with you, man. Do you remember how we met? Pause. You never met. How you got cool with us? Basically, you heard our freestyles. And you came up to me one day when I was sitting in front of you. You said, yo, man, I heard the freestyles. Y'all killing shit. More freestyles come out. Y'all heard the new shit.
I was the CEO of Diplomats. I made Diplomats with him. I was with him for every bit of his journey. I held him down. I took that position holding him down.
You was a fan. You begged us. You are a fan, nigga. A fan. So you just sit around and act like you've been around all this Harlem shit and everything. You ever see somebody from Harlem try to act like they from Harlem so bad that you got to keep saying, I'm from Harlem? From Harlem, know who's from Harlem. You don't have to keep saying you from Harlem.
What if everything you thought you knew about Jim Jones was flipped upside down? What if the man claiming he created Mason Cameron's path was actually just a fan who talked his way into the room?
Yeah, listen, man. Listen. You were fanned out and you begged us to come to your house after you heard all these mixtapes. That's how you got in. Mace actually taught you how to rap. Literally. He taught you how to rap.
Imagine finding out the truth might be he owes it all to them. Back when Dipset had the whole game in a chokehold and diplomatic immunity felt untouchable. What if the foundation of that movement was built on someone else's grind? What if the one shouting loudest about being the boss was just in the right place at the right time? Now, with the truth finally spilling out, Jim's fight to hold on to the spotlight is looking more and more like desperation. How long can you ride a wave before the real ones behind it decide it's time to pull the plug?
Don't say it. We taught you how to rap. How you ran the whole organization. How you made Diplomat. Yeah, you ain't made none of this stuff. You was a fan. That's how you got there originally. Period. I heard the new shit you did. Yo, you want to come through? Come through. Why? Why are we going to Jomo's house? So, yeah, I would bring some bitches over there sometime. Look, they know what I've done. Dance around it all they want is like that joking, but they know if I get upset, it's going to be a real problem.
Get out.
Hip-hop has always stood on one rule. Respect is earned, not handed out. You can't just claim a block you didn't come from. You can't flip your backstory like a mixtape when it suits you. And you definitely can't take credit for someone else's work without facing some serious backlash. But Jim's been walking that line for 2 whole decades, and now the real builders of that legacy are stepping out ready to set the record straight. The wildest part? Jim Jones recently said he was the CEO of the Diplomats, that he held it down for Mace and Cameron. But that's not just stretching the truth, that's rewriting the whole book. In a place like Harlem, saying you built something when you didn't even lay a brick, that's bold. And folks aren't letting that slide. And the way he says it, like it's all facts, unbelievable. That's what happens when someone repeats the same story for so long. They actually start to believe it themselves. But the thing about building your legacy on someone else's shine, eventually the real ones show up to collect what's theirs. I never needed us, you were a fan.
Every nigga that put hands on you and you get to all things, you cool. You tried to chase French Montana out the game, that ain't work out. Y'all got cool.
So cool that you go to his video shoot. Part of that video shoot, his movie.
Did you know that in the coming years, most diabetes-related amputations will happen to black people? And all because of a silent poison flowing through our blood? Something the pharmaceutical industry doesn't want.
This movie, you're sitting in the car watching the premiere, and they dissing you in the movie. You in the movie get dissing, you gotta eat it. Sitting in the car, nah, they dissing you in the movie that you went to go see, bro. I mean,
Boom! Instant freeze. Cameron didn't just check Jim, he dismantled the story with pride. It's about the clear line between those who build from scratch and those who just latch on. Real creators versus opportunists. And Cam made it crystal clear which side Jim falls on, and it's not the one he's bragging about. Then Cam really broke it down, why Jim's been reaching so hard. When you haven't built something solid, you start chasing validation like it's oxygen. It's not loyalty, it's fear. Fear of being seen for what it really is. All image, no foundation. Jim's public image? It's been riding on borrowed credit for years. But once those cracks start showing, the only move left is to go harder with the stories and hope nobody pulls the curtain back. But now, it's too late. He taught you how to rap. Just like that, everything shifts. Jim didn't discover Cam or Maze. He wasn't the architect. He wasn't a co-founder. He saw the movement building, the mixtapes buzzing, and found a way in, not as a leader, but as someone trying to catch the wave. It's a tough truth, but it's finally coming to light. This changes everything. Suddenly, Jim's whole career, every track, every feature, every win, looks like it started with one major move, convincing two rising stars to let him ride their momentum. A fan who found his way in and never looked back.
When you ran in the hotel, they chased you to the beach. They chased you to the beach using the sand. You was getting wet from the water, from the ocean. I don't pump that. I don't pump all that shit. Because I ain't trying to make the great Chicago. You know why? Because the revolution was televised. That's why I'm here. That's why I work like that. That's why me and Murder is here. The revolution was televised. Because you talking about
This shit ain't no game. They can't play with me too much. I give them the floor to do that because that serves me no purpose. I got too much to worry about, too much to do.
But here's where it really stings, especially for folks who understand how respect works in the streets. Begging to get put on, that's a serious blow to your image. Real ones don't beg, they build. Real leaders don't cling, they create. And now, Jim's just been revealed as neither. It's not even about whether Jim played a role in Dipset's rise. The real question is, how long can you keep stacking success on top of someone else's work before the real creators decide to tear it down? Respect is everything, and Jim's stock just dropped to zero. When the very people who gave you a seat at the table start pulling your chair away, there's no smooth way out of that. And what makes this even tougher for Jim? He's been spinning this same story for so long that now, his own words are starting to contradict each other. Yup, the receipts are out there. What separates the real ones from the pretenders? One word, consistency.
stop tricking out their freedom. This is going to be the last time I address this. Whatever you got to say after this, good luck. I wish you luck. I got other shit to do. This is not on my motherfucking place. Believe what you want to believe, because I got other things to do. You feel me, Marvin? I ain't want to snap on the nose, but yeah, I'm good.
Here goes some popcorn, Stats.
What was your reaction when Cameron brought up all these old stories in the
I laugh, man. I got this thing, man. People laugh at the lies, but the truth will always hurt. You know, lies are more entertaining. You heard? You get to laugh, you get the joke, but the truth is a serious thing, no matter how you look at it. The truth is what the truth is.
The truth doesn't change with the audience, but fake stories do. And when the timeline doesn't add up, it all falls apart. Jim's been rewriting his origin story for 2 decades, but the internet keeps track. And when your past self ends up exposing your present self, that's not just awkward, that's career ending. Cam's not just talking, He's about to show proof. When someone says they got receipts, believe it. They're about to press play, not just talk loud. And what Cam's about to reveal could wipe out whatever credibility Jim had left. Listen to how calm and confident Cam sounds. That's because he knows the truth is on deck. When you've got someone admitting it themselves on camera, you don't have to argue, you just let the footage speak. The same guy who's been running around claiming he was the CEO, the backbone, the one who held the crew together, just admitted on tape that Mace was the one who taught him how to rap, not the other way around. That's not just a contradiction, and that's a full-on confession. Jim didn't make Mace. Mace made Jim. Simple as that. And now Jim's own words are confirming everything Cam and Mace have been saying all along. When someone doesn't even need to come for you because you gave them all the ammo.
Mace taught me how to rap, and Cam always made sure I was on every single album he had. He was like, boy, once you figure out how to rap the same way you act in these streets, it's going to work for you. Just keep going. And that's all so I always got to give credit to where credit is due and shit like that. It would be no Jim Jones.
The internet gets kind of crazy with the lies. The lies get going crazy on the internet.
I mean, well, the lies start from a narrative, and the narrative starts from a person. And you just got to look at it like that. But I've never been one in my life to care about clearing up no rumors. Like, that just takes time out my day for making money. I know who I am. I'm very comfortable in my skin. I stand 10 toes down on everything I believe in. I don't change my pivot, and everybody knows that. I mean, as you can see, I would not be here if I did anything else but be me.
That's next level. Jim's not just twisting the Dipset story. He's even been flipping basic facts about their friendship. Like claiming Cam was staying at his place and needed help when the truth is way different.
Virginia homeowners, I want to buy your house right now, as is, no matter what condition it's in. And not only do I want to buy your house, but I want to give you cash for it. And I want to give you that cash in as little as 14 days. On top of that, we will cover your monthly rent, your mortgage, and any moving expenses that you have during this whole process.
Different. This is what happens when folks try to rewrite history to put themselves at the center of everything. The boss, the leader, the one in charge. But when you're dealing with people who actually lived through it, those made-up stories turn into receipts that can be used against you. And now, those stories are coming back loud and clear. What makes this even wilder? Jim can't really fight back because it's his own voice doing damage. How do you argue with a recorded confession where you say the exact opposite of what you've been claiming for years? You can't say you built someone when you already admitted they taught you everything. But here's where it gets even deeper. While Jim's been out here tripping over his own words, the people who actually watched Dipset rise have been paying close attention. And they're about to drop some real behind-the-scenes facts that flip the whole story, because when the noise fades and the cap gets exposed, the truth always comes from the ones who were really there. Like when Joel Santana said everything was cool at first, that's him setting the record straight before things went sideways. And the way he says it, calm. Director, no extra hype, just facts. That's how you know it's real. People who lived it don't need to talk big. They just say what happened and let the truth carry the weight. Now here's where things get a little complicated. Choke No Joke confirmed that yeah, folks did work under Jim. He had some real authority back then. So this isn't a story of a total fake. It's about someone who had some power but couldn't stay in their lane. Jim wasn't just tagging along, but he wasn't the CEO either. He wasn't the founder. He was more like middle management, trying to edit the script and cast himself as the boss. And now, that rewrite is falling apart fast. Here's the line that's gonna light up the comments section. Choke No Joke just said there's no Dipset without Jim, and that he was the muscle behind it all.
I was at Jim album release party, and everybody was over there with Jim. And Cam was standing over there with like 3 or 4 people just looking on and couldn't believe that Jim was the guy. There's no Dipset without Jim. Jim is the gangbanger of the crew. Cam is not a blood. I don't even know if Joel was. I doubt Freaky was. Right? But the set, it comes from the gang shit. Right? All the gang all ran under Jim. Right. All the muscle.
Cam and Jim history go back before me. You understand what I'm saying? when I met Cam and Jim, they were super close. So I honestly don't really know Jim being from the Bronx and all that. You know what I'm saying? When I met them, they was in 5H, which is, you know what I'm saying, Jim's apartment, and that's, you know, like, I guess that time was after all the stuff Cam had said already with the children of the corn and Jim, you know, whatever he said, you know what I'm saying? So, like I said, when I got there.
But before Jim's crew starts cheering, let's break down what that really means. Being muscle doesn't make you the mastermind. Playing a big part doesn't mean you were the one with the vision. Jim had a key role, no doubt, but it was more about backing the team, not leading it creatively. There's a big difference between being important and being in charge. What we're seeing now is two sides forming, both close to the truth in different ways. Santana and Choke aren't blindly defending Jim. They're standing up for the parts of his story they did see with their own eyes. Real contributions that maybe Cam and Mace are brushing off. But this whole back and forth, it's a mind game. Cam and Mace are turning down Jim's role to highlight how far he stretched the truth. Meanwhile, Jim's supporters are pumping up his value to shut down the just a fan talk. Both sides are pushing pieces of the truth to prove their point. And, as always, the real answer's somewhere in the middle. But in the world of street status, how things look often matters more than how they actually went down. And right now, Jim's losing that image battle fast. The craziest part, in street politics, loyalty is strong when everyone's on the same level. But the second someone starts shining more than the others, that's when true colors come out. And what's coming next? It's about to show who really had envy in their heart all along. Choke No Joke just flipped the whole story, now saying it was Cam who couldn't handle Jim's success. But before you take that at face value, there's some context you need to know. Choke's had personal issues with Cam for years. This isn't just commentary, it's coming from a place of old tension. At one point, things almost got physical between them just because Choke gave props to one of Jim's mixtapes. That kind of energy, it tells you a lot about where his bias really comes from. So when you hear Choke defending Jim, it's not just loyalty, it's also payback. He's using this moment to push a narrative that fits his own history with Cam. Now he's painting Jim as the protector, the muscle who kept Cam safe. But peep the timing! Jim just dropped a new project at the church steps in February 2025. And suddenly, the Dipset drama is back in the headlines. Sounds a little too perfect to be random, right? When you're trying to get attention on a new album, nothing stirs the pot like digging up old beef. And Choke, he's the ideal voice to back that up, especially when he's got his own score to settle. When personal history mixes with public drama, it's hard to tell what's truth and what's just strategy. Even Freaky Zeke, who's been trying to keep the peace, admits this drama didn't start off that deep. But once outside voices started jumping in and stirring the pot, things took a wild turn. And who benefits the most from dragging up old tension? The one whose current spotlight relies on that drama staying alive. When someone's out of moves and can't back their story with real facts, they usually go low, throwing out threats, talking wild, and aiming personal shots. And now, Jim's about to show just how far someone might go when the old tricks stop working. Cameron didn't just clap back. He broke down Jim's whole street image piece by piece. This isn't just personal anymore. Cam is calling out a pattern, behavior that shows who Jim really is when the cameras aren't rolling.
The wedge.
I want to get my degree done and get started on my career.
Earn your Bachelor's of Science in Nursing in just 2.5 years with ECPI University.
The wedge that became between Cam and Jim is Jim's success. Cam always looked at him as being the star, Jim being Capo. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's kind of like Sammy the Bull becoming John Gotti. You know what I'm saying? Gotti's probably going to feel a little way if Sammy becomes the main man. You know what I'm saying? And in that situation, that's what it is. Jim.
But now people got these platforms where, you know, they asking people, so it's like a thin line. So then you got Jim, like, it's just like people say, you can't respond, even though Jim wasn't attacked, his name was mentioned. You understand what I'm saying? So now it opens the door for Jim to say something back. That's what happens. You know what I'm saying? With these podcasts and shit like that. So it opens the door. Jim chose to, you know.
According to Cam, Jim doesn't move with respect, loyalty, or standards. It's all about staying in the spotlight, no matter what it costs. And that's a serious blow because it knocks down the whole image Jim's been pushing. The tough guy, the protector, the one holding it down. All that gone with one story, and Cam claims he's got witnesses ready to back it up. What's even more telling, Cam doesn't sound mad anymore. He sounds unbothered. And in this game, when someone stops seeing you as competition and starts seeing you as just noise, that's the real slap. Cam's basically saying, you're not even on my radar anymore. And honestly, that kind of indifference hits harder than any diss track ever could. And when the tough talk runs dry, here come the cheap shots. Jim really told Maze he needs to go on a diet. Yep, that's the level we've reached. When a grown man runs out of real points, he falls back on middle school style jabs. It's not strong, it's not street, it's just sad. The fact that Jim thinks coming for Mace's looks helps his case, that says everything about where he's at right now. This isn't tough guy energy. It's not about respect or codes. It's plain old desperation. And here's the twist. Jim keeps saying Cam is doing this for clout, that he's the one chasing views. But let's look at the scoreboard. Who's been hopping on every interview? XXL, Cam Capone, any outlet that'll listen. That's right, Jim himself. Guy accusing everyone else of chasing attention is literally on a media run. Now here's where it gets even more obvious. When one interviewer finally presses Jim to go deeper on the issues with Mace and Cam, he freezes. After all the talking, the back and forth, the big energy, suddenly he's got nothing to say. That's what happens when your whole story is smoke and mirrors. When people ask real questions, the illusion cracks. Jim can go off when he's controlling the vibe, but the second someone else starts asking for receipts, silence. And now, we're watching the unraveling. This is what it looks like when someone's been living in a made-up version of the past for so long. Reality feels like the enemy. Then Cam delivers the real blow, saying this isn't just about personal beef. It's about Jim's history of pulling others down. According to Cam, every artist that links with Jim ends up worse off. That's not leadership. That's draining energy from the people around you. And what comes next might be the most damaging truth yet. Cam just dropped the final piece, revealing that Jim's been on this negative press mission against him and Mace for over 10 years. This isn't some fresh back and forth. This is long-term obsession from someone stuck in the past. Because the past is the only place where he still matters. The irony is unreal. Jim says he doesn't care about gossip. He claims he's focused on making money. But he's been on every platform lately. XXL, Cam Capone, and more, talking about the same old drama. If he's really chasing the bag, why spend so much energy rehashing beef? This story isn't just about three Harlem legends clashing over old memories. It's bigger. It's about authenticity in hip-hop. The difference between the ones who build and the ones who cling. Between real creators and people who attach themselves to success they didn't earn. Jim's journey turned into a warning sign, a lesson in what happens when your whole identity is built on borrowed shine. Cam and Mace didn't just win an argument, they pulled the curtain back. They let the receipts speak. His own words, his own interviews, his own contradictions, all pointing to one thing. A carefully crafted image that's finally falling apart. And now, after 2 decades of bluffing, the truth is out. If you found this breakdown eye-opening, hit that like button, drop a comment with your thoughts, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into hip-hop's realest moments. And make sure to share this video because the truth deserves to be heard.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
flash from this app from my phone. I don't know if you can see it, but it's called Case Connector Compensation Calculator.
This show, man, y'all already know what it is. You got some Corey on deck, 5150 show. So, without further ado, let's get to the video.
Remember we spoke about Gary Coleman and his the wife, the woman he was married to when he passed away. Everybody was speculating that, oh, she definitely pushed him. She had something to do with it, right?
Oh, hell no.
So for years, since 2010 is when he died, people have been pushing that on, like saying, yes, we believe you had something to do with it. Time goes on, and a new show on A&E, it's for deception. It's called True to Deception. It's about lie detectors, people taking lie detectors. So she calls herself, oh, I'm about to prove it finally. You know, people won't let it be. And she failed. This bitch! So that it hasn't even aired yet. They just spoke about it. Yeah, that was her.
She looked like, well,
yeah, and the guy administering the test, the FBI guy, was telling her there, he's like, you failed both serious questions. So we'll see what happens with that. I don't know.
She looked like Gaston from Beauty and the Beast.
She has not.
Gaston. I played Gaston in my 6th grade play. Did you?
Oh, did you?
Oh,
Takes mushrooms like Gaston.
Slick, that's just not. No one's quick, that's just not. No one's next, that's incredibly thick, that's just not.
Oh my God. Oh my God, poor Gary. Yeah, she was always crazy. So we'll see what happens with that because
You're a black man under 5'7" and you go to Utah to get married. Do you expect to live? Hell no!
Expect for it to go right.
I mean, I'm just saying.
so sad.
Gotta go.
And he was a virgin.
That's what he told the world. I saw Gary Coleman when I first moved out here, and it was so awkward for me because I'm a comedian. Because we were all just standing around outside the Improv, and he was standing there, all 5'2" of him, and I just was like, "Are we not supposed to say nothing about this little bitty man just standing out here?" Like, hey, how much gum is under this table, kid? That's how I think. I'm stupid. What's a teether?
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, for real.
I had my husband go make me some food downstairs. He just got home. I heard this big bang. I went downstairs, blood everywhere. I don't know if he's okay.
The time, 12:50 in the afternoon, a week ago Wednesday.
His head is bloody. There's blood all over the floor. I don't know what happened. I really don't know what happened. I just heard this bang and I went down there. He's on the floor. Send someone quick because I don't even know if he's like gonna be alive because there's a lot of blood on the floor.
Then something happened.
Daddy, are you okay?
Shannon says she can't help her dying husband because of an aversion to blood.
Can you go to where he is and help him? He's lethargic. I can't really help him. I just can't be here with the blood. I'm sorry, I can't do it. I can't. And there's like blood all over and I can't do anything. Where is he at now? On the floor in the kitchen. I've just been kind of sick and, you know, I don't want to be traumatized right now. Is he conscious? I don't know. No, he was like bubbling at the mouth. I'm gagging. I got blood on myself, I can't do.
Harry then gets up.
Can you tell him to try and put pressure on the back of his head? No, we can't. It's like all bloody, and I'm not trying to do. He's not with us. I don't want him to die. I'm freaking out, like really bad. Don't move. Stay there, okay? You have to put this on your head. Oh, keep pressure on this, okay? Hold this. Oh, he's bloody, like all freaking over. Tell him he needs to sit down. You need to sit down. Sit down. Harry, sit down. Oh, look at the floor. Sit down. Oh.